Have you ever tried to use a large language model like ChatGPT, but it turned out that it wasn't that useful, or you couldn't really put it into practice in a way that made sense? If you want to find out what you did wrong, stay tuned because I'm about to explain exactly that. So, hey, it's Jacob. Welcome to this new video, and today I want to talk about how to use large language models or AI. Like if you don't know what a large language model is, basically it's like ChatGPT, right? All of those new AIs that you can see, like Gemini or Grok or Cloud or whatever the large language model might be, right? So what ends up happening usually is that people use a large language model like ChatGPT, and the thing is, it's not necessarily delivering ChatGPT. It doesn't deliver in a way that is actually practical or useful at all, right? You might have tried it and then it wasn't really, it wasn't quite there, and then you had to fix the output that it was giving you, right? And if you have to fix it, does it really, save you time? Like at this point, maybe you're wasting your time, and it felt like it wasn't that practical, and then you might have like ended up just stopped using some of it in those specific use cases, and then you thought, well, it's not quite there, right? The large language models and AIs, they're good, they're impressive, but like when you actually want to put it into practice, they are not that useful. So what is the problem here? Because in a way, you're right, but what ends up happening is most people are what you see online everywhere is people are talking about the future of AI, right? And then what they say is like, well, you're gonna lose your job because the AIs are gonna take over, and then blah 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 blah, right? And so the amount of content about AI and about like the future of AI and where we are headed and blah blah blah, all of that, it might be interested, but what about the practical real world where you can actually create results based on the AIs that we have today, right? That's what I want to talk about in this video. It's how do you use AI today in a way that actually delivers and actually brings results instead of just talking about the future. So here is the issue with how to use AIs today, right? If we take the previous use case where you tried it and then it didn't quite work and then you kind of had to fix it, the problem is that you're right in terms of like how powerful AIs are. So keep that in mind. AI are not that powerful right now. So, and I'm not saying that like in a way where it's like, oh, that's not a good tool, like don't use it and blah blah blah. It's just that people have a picture in their mind of what it should be like, and that's not quite that way, right? But how do you actually use it in a way that is going to make it powerful, right? So let's take the example that I just talked about earlier, which is when you do something with the AI, you have something here and then a task, and then you ask the AI to do the task, and then it delivers something that is not quite there, right? That's not what it is. So what you need to be able to do is identify that task and abstract it at the correct level of abstraction. So, and once you have it at the right level of abstraction, then you're going to be able to do a few things. So first, what does that mean to have it at the right level of abstraction? It means having multiple steps to that task. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. And then instead of using it the way you're using it, then what you want to do is use a programming language that is going to take task 1, then the result is not going to be good, and then you keep using it here to have the second step. And the second step might involve a correction step, right? It's where you correct it and then you have another output here. This is the corrected output. But the problem is it might not even be working now. Like it might be better than the X here, which is the wrong output, but we might not be there right now, right? So you keep doing that. You keep correcting it using the AI, right? And then you get something that actually work, an actual result. And these corrections you can have as many as you want, right? It doesn't necessarily matter. As long as you can explain how and what to correct at each step of the process, then you're good to go. Because all you have to do is add more steps to it, right? So how do you do that in practice? In practice, you need to use a programming language. So if you don't know which one to choose, I recommend Python because it's one of the easiest one. And that is going to allow you to orchestrate the AIs and orchestrate them in a way where the correction and all of the other steps of that specific task are going to get done in a way that is going to actually deliver a result that is going to matter. And that is really the way to use an AI properly. Today, this is how people are actually using it in order to achieve results that are very, very powerful. If you look at like actual products that are using AI in a way that is impressive, it's because they're not using one AI. It's not an AI here. Oops. It's not a single AI. What they're doing is a lot of different AI, multiple, let's take a green color, multiple AIs, right? This is the key here to actually get it to work in a way that is impressive. Because think about it. Think about having 10 AIs that are working to accomplish a task, right? So you have 10 AIs here that are working and that are doing like step 1, step 2, step 3, and so on and so forth until step 10, right? Well, can you imagine when you're getting the thing here and then you go through all of those steps and at the end of it you have the output? Can you imagine the difference with like just you using that task here and using it in ChatGPT and then asking, hey, give me ChatGPT here, and then asking it like, hey, give me that? Well, it's not going to do as good of a job, right? And you're not going to have even the same level of granularity and going to be able to fix like the AI prompts that you're feeding at each step. So that's why in order to use an AI in a way that is actually useful, you need to learn a programming language, right? This is the main point. And by the way, it doesn't have to be difficult because all you need to do in order to use a programming language, you don't necessarily need to learn it basically, right? You just have to ask a large language model, an AI, to code for you. And even if it doesn't do a good job, again, same thing, ask that programming language to fix the issue and it's going to do a good job at it, right? So if you want to learn how to do that specifically, I created an online course in order to help you to do that. And it's going to give you the complete roadmap to create your own working AI today. So click in the link in the description to get it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.